Audio's rolling.
Welcome back to the Second Intro podcast where the entire playbook is open. I'm Josiah.
I'm Jacob.
Eli.
And I'm Hayden.
And as a reminder for those of you who like to listen to audio only, the link for the Spotify will be in the description.
All right, we are entering season 3 of the podcast, which is
Woo!
weird to say.
Season's coming, baby. NFL season.
They finally had some meaningful college football games
Some solid ones.
to be continued on Thursday. Yeah, super sloppy and not really a high quality brand of football, but we do not care. We do not care.
I'm not even a college football fan, but this Saturday excites me. Like, not even like, I don't watch college football. But like, specifically
Texas,
Ohio
Ohio
State,
State.
Texas.
Our future quarterback.
Ohio State, Texas.
Yeah,
It's a
good
win-win.
one.
It's a
Julian
win-win.
Sayed?
No.
Yeah.
Saturday at Big Noon, buddy. Big Noon kickoff.
3:30.
March.
3:30.
You know he's going back.
CBS.
If they have the first
Nevada.
pick, he's going back.
Bro, we'll get the first pick the next year, too.
You're going to pull the whole 1 in 32 thing again?
Let's do
One
it.
in
The
31.
mindset of a
1
Browns
in
fan.
33 now.
Listen, anything for the prodigal son.
Drew
Dude, he's going to force his
You
way
said
out
you
of
don't
there.
even
He's not
want him
going-
to
he's
come to
not
the
going to
Browns.
I
Cleveland,
want him
dude.
to go to Cleveland. I think I said this on the pod. I don't want
So
any Penn
you-
State players touching Cleveland unless Naples really doesn't want them there. Then I want them
This doesn't even make sense.
there. I do not want Drew in
That's-
Cleveland because Cleveland
Don't
will
do
ruin
the
it.
Browns
Bro,
fan when you
Browns
just said, we'll get the first
fan.
overall pick the next 2 years.
That's to help our franchise for the future, buddy.
Dude, they're going to have the first pick, and they're going to take Norris Sellers instead of taking...
If they passed on Arch for Lenoris, I'd be really, really mad. But if they just took Lenoris and Arch wasn't available, I'd be really happy.
What about
That's
Drew?
fair.
Drew Aller sucks at football. This dude's not good. Watch, Penn State's going to be cheeks.
Hunter says the same thing.
Penn State's going to be cheeks.
Bet you they get 9 wins this year.
What do they play? What do they play? 9 Division III schools? Like,
So how many wins do you think they're getting?
they can win a lot of games and still, Drew Aller can still be cheeks.
Over under 9.5 regular season wins.
I'd have to look at their schedule, but probably more.
He has 2 of the best running backs in the nation. He's not going to have to do a whole lot
Like
to win
what?
this year. No, I'm
He's-
talking
no.
to you. I'm talking to you when I'm
No,
saying this.
I'm
He's
not-
going to have to do a whole
I
lot
know.
to win. Like,
I know. I'm not saying Penn
So
State's going to be
I
bad. I'm
You
saying
just said
Drew-
they're going to be
you're
cheeks.
saying
Roll
that-
the tape.
Bro, because Drew Aller's
You
cheeks.
just said they're not going to be bad to him now.
No, I'm saying
He's
Drew
saying-
Aller's cheeks.
You said Penn
he's
State's
saying
going
Drew
to be
Aller's
cheeks.
going to be bad, but Penn State's
Penn
not, is
State's
what it sounds
cheeks
like.
because he's cheeks, but their overall program's good, and they will play nobody.
Okay.
The people
Where they
know.
rank?
The people know.
Where are they
They're
ranked?
probably like 3.
They're 2?
They're
No,
not 2. Ohio State's 2.
No,
No,
Ohio
they're
State got
not.
knocked down to 3.
For what?
Penn State.
When did we get knocked down?
No, nothing.
You
The
lost,
AP,
like,
the
8
first AP.
starters?
But if you beat Texas, you'll be 1, so it doesn't matter.
We're not
Winner
gonna
of
be, we're
a-
not even gonna beat Texas. I'm rooting for Texas,
Well, Texas.
What is going on?
dude, because it doesn't matter.
Because you're not an Ohio State fan.
No,
you're a
I'm an
Browns
Ohio State fan. No, I'm an Ohio State fan, but I want Arch. So I want Arch to just do everything amazing this year and never want to come back. So that way we can draft him. Secondly,
You're just-
it does
I
not.
get it.
And secondly, it doesn't benefit Ohio State. To
But
beat
when you're
Texas.
watching the game, you're gonna are you low key gonna be like?
I just want it to be a good game.
But are you? It's gonna be hard not to like.
Oh, I mean, if it comes down to like the end, yeah, I want them to win, but I
I
still
really
want
hope
them
Ohio State's like on the playoff like cusp. And
Like they were
By
this,
the
like they were this year.
them losing to Texas isn't going to make or break their season.
Oh, yeah.
And if they beat Texas,
probably not, but it could.
if they beat Texas,
Yeah.
all that's going to do is put a target on their back and make pressure really high. Not saying they can't do well with that, but if they lose to Texas,
But if they lose
they're
to
like,
Texas-
oh, they lost to 1 seed, they have Arch, they looked
If
fucking
they lose
amazing.
to Texas,
Like,
they can lose like 3 games and be fine.
exactly.
They're going to
which
lose
is
to
amazing.
Michigan. They're going to lose to
Three.
We're not
Michigan.
9
gonna
and
lose
3
to
with a
Michigan.
win to Texas, and it's Ohio State.
We're not
I
losing
thought
to
you were
Bryce
saying
Underwood.
lose.
Losing to Michigan.
Bryce
dude.
Underwood's a running back.
Losing to
He's
Michigan.
a legitimate running
He's
back.
better than Alex Orgy is.
Sure, but it's Bryce
Davis
Underwood.
Warren,
Listen.
right? Is that guy's name?
Yeah.
Who is that? Who their quarterback was?
Buddy,
Michigan?
we've got 2
Davis
Jeremiah
Warren or
Sarah's
Alex
already,
Orgy.
and then
Like,
Orgy. But
We've
Orgy
got-
literally only ran the ball. Like,
And it's an
only
orgy
ran
at the
ball.
end
She
zone.
was Riley Leonard, basically.
no, that's
like,
disrespectful to
only ran
Riley
the ball.
Leonard.
That's
Tyler
wild.
Leonard is a professional athlete in
Now
the National Football
Right.
League.
He's talking his talk, right?
he's
See
third
that?
string.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Tap out
I like
like
that.
Anthony Richardson.
As a known Anthony Richardson hater, I
Mm.
appreciate that.
No. So we're gonna do something a little different today. Each of the last 2 seasons, we have started off the year with an AFC and an NFC preview. But as the whole summer has gone, it's been a little chaotic. So we had to combine both of these episodes. We're going to have to go a little bit quickly. Who has the South?
I'm the South.
All right. Eli mentioned Anthony Richardson there. Do you want to take it away with both the AFC and the NFC South previews?
Yeah, and since we're talking about Anthony Richardson, we can start right in with the Colts. Dumpster fire. Don't expect much. Daniel Jones stinks. We're thinking 5 to 6 wins max for this team. Like Shane Steichen. Yeah, good guy.
Good offensive mind.
Sure.
Terrible culture.
No weapons. Negative weapons
No,
outside of
no.
Jonathan Taylor. Outside of Jonathan Taylor, they have
Tyler Warren,
He's
A.D.
a rookie.
Mitchell,
He's a
Alec
rookie.
Pierce,
You're
Josh Downs.
You're just naming players.
Yeah,
that
they're
play for this
weapons and they're
team.
good weapons.
You're pulling a Christian.
But they're
Yes,
good
going through-
weapons.
You're
Yeah.
just naming their
When
team.
you say there's 0 weapons, then yeah, I'm going to name the weapons.
I said, okay, I can name the roster. Doesn't mean they're
Yeah,
not
but-
weapons though. They're people that play for the team.
Ooh, that's disrespectful. though.
Except for Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren. I think he'll be good. He's a rookie though.
Josh
Like,
Downs is a dog.
So is Brock
I'll
Bowers.
stand
He's like
on that
5'8".
They're gonna
Can't-
just force feed
Yeah.
Tyler Warren this year.
Yeah, and they're gonna end up with like 4 wins.
You know what's
Congratulations,
You know what's
Colts.
over
You
under
can
is
take
for
Drew
receiving
Aller.
yards? His over under for receiving yards
It's 500 something. Yeah,
It's like 580.
that means
Hammer the
no.
over
That
on
means
that.
Vegas knows something. Hammer the under.
It's just the quarterback. That's what they know.
Yep. Yeah.
But if
But still,
there's
Daniel Jones.
that's like a
Daniel
safety.
Jones
Daniel
wins
Jones
all
loves
there.
throwing to the tight end.
He has a playoff
Yeah,
win
We'll say that.
just a safety.
over the
blanket.
Vikings.
Well,
We're the 2 seed.
Does he love throwing to the tight end?
Daniel Jones loves throwing to the tight end.
Evan Ingram and him did not have any chemistry whatsoever.
No, they did. Evan Ingram just couldn't catch the ball.
I mean, that's
You know how many
true,
times he
too.
dropped the ball?
There's gonna be so
Too many
many
ca-
like 10-yard flat routes by Tyler Warren. Where
Dude,
it's just,
Tyler,
like,
they're
drop it
gonna put
down
the
and
ball in his hands. He might throw a couple passes this
I
season.
hope.
He could.
Like,
Put him in at the
yeah.
5 at quarterback.
Yeah.
And
Let's go. But I mean, I don't think we should expect much from the Colts this year. I don't think they're going to be in contention for a wild card spot. I think that division is really going to be between the Texans and the Jaguars, who I expect to take a leap this year. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars were right in the mix week 17, 18 for the division. I think they have shown that they can go on runs. I think they've showed that they can win a high amount of games. They've done it in the past with Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. I think this is the year for him to really prove it. They got Travis Hunter there, BTJ in year 2. They've got a running back by committee. Everything's looking good for the Jaguars to be competitive. That being said, I still think the Texans will win this division. I think CJ Stroud, year 3, going to be right there in the MVP mix.
Woo.
They've got a lot of firepower. They just drafted 2 more receivers in this year's draft. They brought in Nick Chubb, who's going to bring a little bit of stress off of Joe Mixon in the
You're
run
just naming
game.
names.
I'm just listing their moves. I'm not labeling. I'm not labeling them.
I have a Colts question before we get too far.
Sure.
More likely,
Likely.
top 5 pick,
Isaiah.
wild card spot.
Top 5 pick.
Top 5 pick. I agree.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I think there's no chance they make the playoffs.
I
Because
mean,
they
it would
have to
be
get
division
to
winner.
they
Like, I
have
don't
to
think
get
more
to
than-
at least 10.
I don't think there's a wild card team in that division. I think you either win the division or you don't make the playoffs.
I think the
And I don't think
Jaguars
they
can
have a
be in the
chance to
mix.
So you think the Jaguars
I agree,
being
yeah.
in the
It's
mix?
I think
it,
Jags.
it all depends how high you are on Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, the defense is very mid, but they do have good pass rushers. Like they can rush the passer, and if the offense is what the offense is, they can win 10 games. But
So you saying the Chargers are going to be in the mix is more of a, or the Jaguars are going to be in the mix are more of a credit to the Jags than a discredit to the Texans in your opinion? Like it's not like the Texans are going to suck, therefore the Jags are going to be in the mix. It's they're both.
yeah,
gonna be
it's
good.
just that is correct. And I think the Texans will win the. I think C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins and those guys are going to just light it up. And I do think Nick Chubb was a really good move since Joe Mixon's starting off on the pup list.
6 weeks, right?
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Yeah.
And
So
who
I
is
mean,
going to be spelling Chubb? You know.
probably Damian Pierce, right? He's still on the roster. I mean,
I think
he's
this is his last year. This is a contract year
yeah,
for him. I think.
probably. I mean,
That's a
he's
fun
a
move.
fine bat. Nick Chubb can run. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be back to old form, but
Do they still have Agumba Wale? Is
I
he
believe
still
they
there?
cut him.
Did they cut
And
him?
at this point,
He's
he's more of a
old.
special teamer.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, I like what the Texans have done. They've revamped some things. I think they've got it. And then the Titans, obviously, number 1 pick Cam Ward. I think they'll be exciting a little bit. I think they'll show flashes. Same as the Colts. I just don't think they have many weapons there.
Calvin Ridley's the
Calvin
best
Ridley,
receiver
yeah,
in the
Calvin
game.
Ridley is number 1 in the league. They've got 2 number 1 backs. But I mean,
That's true.
they just cut Xavier Restrepo, his boy, Cam Ward's boy. I mean, I think they'll be okay. I think the run game will be solid.
Tajay Spears is hurt, isn't he too? Isn't he starting on IR?
Sounds right.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, so, I mean, they'll be okay. I mean, obviously, I don't think the defense got any better. I think it's going to be about the same. They're probably, honestly, what's perfect for them is to have 4 or 5 wins, have a top 10 pick, draft a really elite playmaker.
We're such a Browns
And
fan.
listen,
Getting a top 5 pick is the best thing for us.
well, because they got a number 1 quarterback, the best thing they can do is add talent around him. This next year's class is going to have probably 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. That means you're going to get a discount at whatever you're picking for, or have the ability to trade back and load up to
And
build
that's
around
like
Cameron.
95% of years though.
That's not true. Had to have
You're going to get a
like
discount
4
on other players because quarterbacks are going to go.
No, but I mean, the 4 or 5 quarterbacks are going to go in like the top 10. It's going to be heavy, so you're going to be able to like trade it with
Get a
multiple
Brock
teams.
Bowers
Yeah,
13th
exactly.
overall. Like,
Yeah, something like that. Like you're going to be able to do a lot of damage with whatever pick they get, assuming that they will be as bad as I think. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up the AFC South. It's a 2-horse race, and the teams that we aren't really expecting much from don't expect much from.
Yeah, they added Tyler Lockett, Van Jefferson, Dan Moore. Sorry, this is the Titans, by the way. Sebastian Joseph Day. So they added some names, but nothing.
Another
like,
year of
nothing moves the
Tavondre
needle.
Sweat. Jeffrey
Yeah.
Simmons is
Yeah.
thinner.
Mhm.
How old's Tyler Lockett now?
It's like 32.
That sounds right. Let me see if I can see if it has him on here. He is 32.
Oh, sharp.
Good guess.
But yeah, going to the NFC South, a much more interesting division, I think, compared to the AFC South. We've got Penix in year 2. We've got the Bake Show. We've got the number 1 overall pick team, the New Orleans Saints. And, dude, I always forget the last team when I'm trying to list this
Tampa,
out.
Atlanta,
Tampa.
Carolina.
Oh, Carolina. Yep, another team that's going to be garbage. Dude, man, a lot of garbage teams, you know? Like I said, this is actually very similar to the AFC. It's going to be a 2-team race for that division. I think Atlanta has the chance to make some noise, especially like if Penix is a guy. You've got Drake London, who's coming off a great year. Everyone expects Bijan to have a great year. If Kyle Pitts, I mean, the kid's, 23?
24, I think, yeah.
23, 24, like, he could be a rookie this year based on his age. So, like, don't throw him out just yet. Don't write him off. He might write back. Not a big Kyle Pitts guy, but, like, he could be really good still. Like, there's still a lot there.
Sounds like
I didn't know he
Pitts
was a
guy.
PA guy.
But,
Who Pitts?
I mean, and then what, they added, who'd they add to their
Sure did.
defense this year? They added what? They drafted James Pierce, and then they drafted safety.
Jalen Walker, Xavier Watts.
Or wait, did they not draft James Pierce?
They did. James
they
Pierce
did.
and James.
Okay.
Jalen Walker,
Yeah, that's right. James Pierce,
Yeah.
Jalen Walker. Yeah, so they added a lot to the defense.
They added Leonard Floyd, Mike Hughes, Devon Diablo, Kevin King.
Yeah. So they did a full.
That last one
They
was
don't- they did
that
a-
was the
yeah.
keeper one. But
They did a full revamp to the defense, and if the offense can be as productive as Michael Penix showed in those last few games, like, they can be competitive with Tampa Bay. Now, that being said, I do like Tampa Bay to repeat winning this division. I think that the more and more reps that Baker gets on the same team, he only gets better. They added in Ibuka in the draft, which I thought was just such a good pick, especially since they have an aging wide receiver core trying to get some of those younger guys who are great or hope to be great to learn from some of their veteran guys, future Hall of Famer Mike Evans as well.
It's a weird day.
And then they've got Bucky Irvin loading up for another year. They still have Rasheed White. They've done a lot of great things, I feel like, in this offseason and in the draft. I think that Tampa Bay can definitely lock down that division and honestly be a Super Bowl contender. I think that they definitely have the roster and the quarterback play to be competitive in the NFC. And they're kind of the team that beats the Eagles in the playoffs most of the time over these last few years. So they can beat them.
they signed Hassan Reddick too.
Oh, yeah, Hassan Reddick.
They brought Levante David back on a 1 year.
Yeah.
Gave Chris Godwin 3 more years. Signed Kyle Trask to a 1 year and then cut him today.
Yeah.
So,
I think, isn't Chris Godwin going to start on the pup? Yeah.
mhm.
Which is fine because they have
I mean,
Evans and
they-
Abuka and
they
McMillan,
waived Trey,
right?
They waived Trey Palmer today, which was
did
kind
they?
of surprising.
Is McMillan starting this season?
No, I think that he got a neck in the
'Cause he's
Steelers
hurt,
game.
yeah.
He jumped and got
yeah,
taken out of
didn't
the
he?
feet
Yeah.
and landed on his neck. I forget what they said it was, like a stinger or something, but like
Okay.
he's gonna be out multiple weeks.
Yeah, but honestly, like they have a good enough run game to be able to have two good receivers,
I think
two
he
good
made
running
the
backs.
roster.
That's nuts.
Who?
Garrett Green, West Virginia,
Oh.
quarterback. He been making the transition to wide receiver, and he had an impressive preseason. We were just naming out the Bucks wide receivers, and it made me think. I don't see anywhere that he got cut. He was good enough where
No.
you definitely want to keep him around on a practice squad, but as of right now, it looks like
Is
he
Sterling-
might have made their 53-man roster at
Is
least.
Sterling
Yeah.
Shepard on the 53?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so.
And then, just to touch on the Panthers, there's exciting young talent on that team. I think that their weapons on offense definitely have promise. I'm out on Bryce Young. I've seen enough to where I just don't think that he's the guy. I don't think that he's going to be able to be an effective NFL quarterback for a whole season. Sure, he can flash for a game or two. I think there's a bounty of quarterbacks that have flashed a game or two in the NFL, but we know aren't starters. A la Cooper Rush, a la Jake Browning, Tyler Huntley. Like, these are a lot of guys that have flashed in a game or two, but we know what they are. They're backups. That's what Bryce Young is.
Bryce Young
He's a
was
backup.
better when he came back last year, but it has gotten so overblown. And he didn't even get the job back out of merit. It was because Andy Dalton got in a car accident.
Yeah.
Like
Like I said, you lost to Andy Dalton, and it's not like it was his rookie year. You lost the competition to Andy Dalton. That tells me all I need to know about you as a starting quarterback in the
Did he lose the
NFL.
job or did he get benched? Because it's
That's
not like
one
he
and the
lost
same.
at the beginning of the season.
No, that he did. He didn't start.
I
Right?
don't know. I guess no, he started the season.
Who?
Bryce Young, and then he got benched like mid-season.
he got not mid-season. It was like week 2.
Yeah.
It was week
So
2
like
or
he
3.
did, like when you think about quarterback competitions, it's before the season
Yeah.
starts. So like you're not wrong. About
Yeah,
what you're saying.
same
I was
thing.
just thinking about it from a different perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I'm higher on the Panthers than.
Yeah, I mean,
Most people are. They're not gonna win the
Jatavion
division.
Sanders is basically the top 5 tight end. You know,
Dude, he's projected to get the same fantasy points in week 1 that Pat Fryermuth is. That's not an
Bryce
exaggeration.
Young is.
No.
no, for JT Sanders.
JT Sanders and Pat Fryermuth have the
Listen.
same projection for fantasy points in week 1.
Bryce Young was targeting him when
What
he
is it,
came
like
back.
10?
9.
So in half point PPR is the league I have both of them in, and it's like 5.8,
Okay.
5.3, and 5.8, something like
Nice. But yeah, I mean, I just think they'll be okay. I don't think they're going to be like the worst team in the league, but I also don't think they're going to be competing for a playoff spot. They'll be somewhere in the middle. And then we don't even need to talk about the Saints. I could guarantee that they're going to be a top 3 pick, and I'd lean towards number 1.
Agreed.
that. Yeah.
I mean, the quarterback that they drafted in the second round lost the job to Spencer Rattler, and Spencer Rattler put out horrendous tape.
I'm looking at
They
even the
should just
people
give
that
the ball to
traded.
Alvin Kamara every play.
Trade for I
fun,
seen something
but-
saying that they should trade for Deshaun. Sure. He can't be they can't
He's
he can't
entering his
Derek
prime.
Carr.
He's
He-
entering his
he
prime.
honestly could Deshaun Watson could could be better than what they have.
I
Which
think
isn't
he
saying
would. I
much.
think he would be.
Yeah, so like why not? I'm sure we'd give him up for a 6th round pick. Y'all take on the contract?
Yeah, you're gonna.
Sure.
We'd have to give them a
Yeah.
second
Mhm.
for them to take on that.
Deshaun in a second for a 6th.
Why? They're not paying any money in the quarterback room anyway.
But you just can't do that.
They're not going to
Yeah,
take this
that's
fully
awful.
guaranteed
It's going to
contract.
be what the
Six
Browns
months.
did with Brock Osweiler, where
Yeah.
the Browns got a
Mhm.
2nd-round pick for taking on the Osweiler contract.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think it is telling that.
Mhm.
Sorry, Josie. That the quarterback competition was made for Tyler Shuck to win.
Yeah.
And
Talking about dude is like
he still lost out to Spencer Rattler, and it wasn't close. And it wasn't that Spencer Rattler won.
Yeah.
It was just Shuck sucks.
Yeah.
And regardless of how you think about Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Quinn Ewers, it is disgusting that they spent a 2nd-round pick on Tyler Shuck when
Yeah.
all those other guys went round 3 or later. Quinn
It's so
Ewers,
bad for Quinn.
if he would have came out
Isn't
a
he in
year earlier.
Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
I don't
sure.
even know if he made the roster. I'm about to check. I think he did, but
I think he did too.
If he comes out a year earlier, Ewers goes 13th overall to the Raiders ahead of Brock Bowers, and Brock Bowers probably falls eventually to the Colts. He decides to come back to Texas, almost loses the job to Arch throughout the season, and instead he's a 7th-round draft pick.
Well, he turned down a supposed $4.5 million NIL deal
From UNC, I think, right?
I don't know if a team ever came out. It may have been UNC. That was where I was
it
reading
ever
was that it
came
was.
out, but it like was.
Yeah.
There was a good offer on the table.
And he turned that down to be a 7th-round pick and probably make over 4 years
But he probably still made
$150,000.
$4 million
Like,
Texas.
yeah.
Like it's not like you turned $4.5 mil down.
Still sucks. I agree with you.
No, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I
left
think that
so much
in
money
terms
on
of
the
just
table.
pure arm talent, he was right up there with everybody else in this draft.
That
And if he
sucks.
would have gone, if
Now
he
he's
would
a
have gone to
statue
Bill,
in the pocket.
Yeah,
but
Let's get him some reps in Miami.
I
If
wonder
you
if that would be an
listen, Zach
interesting-
Wilson season. I'm in on the Zach Wilson. If Justin Fields can keep on getting opportunities, Zach Wilson should get an opportunity.
Zach Wilson got his opportunity, and
Justin Fields has had 10.
Justin Fields has shown a lot more
No, he has
ability.
He's
Sorry,
fast.
let's rephrase it. He's shown that he could have more upside.
Zach
than
Wilson's an above-average athlete, and he has a way better arm.
No.
This is all I'm gonna say about the Justin Fields thing. People are always like, "Oh, give him some protection; he'll be good." It's like, listen, Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl with the worst protection in the history of the NFL. Some guys are guys, and some guys are not. Justin Fields is a great college quarterback,
Justin
and
Fields-
he's not an NFL
He's
His
quarterback.
not
Ben didn't
Joe
have a good
Burrow. That's
offensive
not a
line
fair
until later in
comparison.
his career.
What's that?
Ben's offensive line sucked until 2014.
Well, to that point, let's go to the AFC East because there's a lot of AFC East.
Yeah,
talk.
let's
We'll
let's
just
dive
start
into the
I
AFC.
did want to say one thing
Go
quick
ahead.
about the Saints. Even looking at their transactions this offseason, like they did one meaningful transaction, and
Brandon
that's bringing Justin Reed.
Oh.
Justin Reed on a 3-year, $31.5 million deal. Outside of that,
I mean, they
like,
brought Chase Young back.
they traded for Devon Godshaw.
Poor guy.
For a 6th-round pick. They brought in Chase Young on a 3-year, $51 million deal.
Jeez.
And outside of that, like I mean, that just screams to me
About this.
tank season.
Andre
Like they
Schmidt,
are
wow,
absolutely
I
trying to
can't
get a pick to get a
Yes.
quarterback
Wow,
next
that's
year.
I
Dude,
forgot
let's
this idea.
tell him to bring in Nussmeier, man.
The Saints might only win 3 games this year if we're being completely
That's
honest.
high.
3.
Who are they beating?
They're not going to go defeated in their division.
Yes, they
No,
will.
They won't. I'm
Who are
sorry.
they losing
won't.
to in their division? Well, Carolina. They
That's who
could
they're-
lose to Carolina.
Bryce
I don't
Young
know who they're gonna
sucks, so
win.
he'll throw a couple
Huh?
to beat.
I'm saying that you don't.
Who else should
The
they
amount of
beat?
times you go 0-6 in your division, it doesn't happen. You play them twice this season.
No, it does happen.
I've said this every single
It
season.
has
We've done
happened.
this show.
Cleveland.
okay, when they went 0-16 and 1-15.
It has happened.
I know. It's so hard for
Shout
me to
out
think that
RG3.
somebody's going to go 0-6 in their division because you see these people every single season, twice a season.
Yeah, but Spencer Rattler's that bad. What's he gonna do?
Even the Chiefs, when they were
Hot
super
take.
dominant.
I think Spencer Rattler's close to on par with Bryce Young. I'm still taking Bryce Young, but I don't think they're that far off.
Spencer Rattler, 5-star recruit. He's got some talent, but I just
You know, that's the Steelers' defensive nickname for Jack Sawyer. They call him 5-star because he was a 5-star
That's
recruit
funny.
coming out of high school. So,
sure.
He has to finish the rep. Otherwise, he's never getting on the field over Herbig and Highsmith.
he doesn't have that speed burst.
No, he doesn't. He's just a guy.
His
He's,
legs.
listen,
He's
he's
a good
a
rotational.
strong man.
He's a good
strong.
rotational
His
piece.
legs are the size of what his arms should be.
And you know what?
He's a DN.
He got
He
real
wasn't.
skinny
He
legs.
wasn't
No.
drafted to be the next best pass rusher. He was drafted to be a rotational.
He
piece
was
in
drafted
a
as
pass
a
rushing team.
fan service. He's overrated.
Jeez.
I wouldn't say he's overrated. I
He's
think
fire
he's.
guy.
I think he's.
He was a
pro-
good
I think he
baller.
was
Locker
properly
guy.
rated
Yeah,
and will be a
exactly.
nice
Fan
rotation.
guy,
service.
yeah,
It,
last
it was
guy
the
out,
equivalent
coach's
of
son.
drafting Connor Hayward. It was.
His brother's on the team at least.
It's still a fan service. Oh, he's a Hayward. Or signing Derek Watt.
Did he make the 53? Did Connor Hayward make the 53?
Yeah, he did.
Of course he
Wait,
did.
what's
Probably. He'll probably
the
get
what's
more
the
touches
fan?
than Fryer
Wait,
would.
what's the fan service for drafting Jack Sawyer? What's the
Ohio
connection?
State national champion, big
He's-
name,
And he had like a couple of crazy
big
plays in the
big
playoffs.
name, but not it doesn't
But
equate.
like, what's the fan service connection?
like
Because it's a
drafting-
big name.
It's like drafting
you get
Stetson
excited
Bennett.
for the draft when you hear a name that you
Right?
know.
That's
Sure, I don't think many people like, unless they're like football fans, knew who Jack Sawyer was.
If you watch the semifinal, you
yeah,
do
if you
because he
watch-
made the biggest play.
He made the biggest play in
But-
college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Was it you that said that
But
tweet
only,
that was
like,
like something about
football
Steven
fans
McBean
are
being the
watching that.
Steelers
The
mascot? It's like, what about
semifinal.
Connor Hayward?
Yeah.
I mean, not
Yeah.
really. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, AFC East. Dolphins. I was looking at depth charts. So they're over under 7.5 this year.
It's a good
feel like
line.
that's a good number. Yeah. It's just a shame at what a
Under.
waste some of those weapons are.
What
To
is it,
Theo's
7.5
point,
you said?
Yeah. It's such a shame, like, looking at their, like, A-Chain, Waddle, and Hill. It's just, like, you would look at that and you'd be
Darren
like, oh,
Waller.
yeah,
Ooh,
Darren
the
Waller's
baller.
back. And then he stopped getting beat by Kelsey Plum.
Sorry, I need to quit it.
Jeez.
But
Eat my
their
popcorn.
weapons are so fun. You got Mike McDaniel, who would be you'd think would be a fun offensive mind and is. And it's just such a shame at what they've become. Their offensive line is a joke every single year.
And they lost Teron Armstead this year. Too.
Yeah, they brought they have 6 new starters on defense, which is kind of crazy, but it's a lot of like washed guys.
Minka.
Like Minka.
Alright.
Wash compared to, I mean, if you hear Minka, you're like, oh, Minka. And then you're like, he's washed compared to what Minka was.
Minka could have an all-pro year, though. And I don't think that's far-fetched. He's still 28.
I think all pros kind of crazy.
He's 28 and an above-average.
That defense is
There's
gonna help
not
him.
many top tier safeties in the league, though.
I think Minka's. I had Minka like 7th on my top 10 safeties this list.
I mean, he's washed for Minka.
The
mean,
last
he's
couple
past
years
his
have
prime
sucked.
compared
The
to
last
his
couple
prime.
years have sucked, but I'm not ready to write him off yet.
Getting right back.
I just think it's embarrassing what their team looks like, and like even Tua at quarterback, and then versus what they are. So I think they'll be fun just because of how explosive their offense can be, and maybe Minka make some flashy plays on defense. So it could be fun, but not great.
They also brought in Nick Westbrook-Akine, which he's a touchdown magnet, dude. Like, no, he's not a huge difference maker, but dude, that's a good
Yeah, but
wide
the
receiver 3.
but,
That's
like,
a really good wide receiver.
If
He
we're
took
talking about
advantage
him
of
as a needle mover, though, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
They brought in James Daniels too.
Jake
Yeah,
Daniels'
he's
brother.
gonna have the padded helmet, soft ass.
Whoa,
Oh my
whoa.
Whoa!
Devontae
Protect
You're
our-
an offensive lineman.
Protect
Take
our
the damn
players.
pad off.
Protect our players.
Didn't H.N. wear it all last season?
He's a running back and he's a twig. It's a freaking right guard. Take the pad off your helmet and block somebody. Good lord, you lost out to a South Dakota State 4th round rookie last year. I don't want to hear it.
Also, I don't know if I knew this one, but this is kind of an interesting one. Willie Gay Jr. at linebacker. They brought him in after only 1 season with the Saints, right? Who he's,
I feel like, did he low-key get traded last year too? I don't even know if he finished with the
let's
Saints.
say only 2 years removed from being on the Chiefs and being really good.
Great athlete.
Yeah.
Him and Jordan Brooks.
Yeah, a lot of new guys.
Yeah.
We'll go with another crappy team, the Jets. 5.5 total.
Worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah, Justin
Yeah,
Fields will be a
Slider's
cool
crazy.
experiment. Figured that would get brought up.
Yeah.
It's just sad what they are versus like all the hope that they've had the past few years.
Like
or
an
a few
8-9
years
win
ago.
team.
Then you should take their over.
I will.
All right,
Gladly.
They're gonna win
I
5
plan
games.
on it.
They're gonna win 5 games, my guy.
maybe
Only need
6,
6.
maybe 7, but I don't know about
6,
9.
7.
But it's just sad. They had so much hope. Jets fans were looking up, and now it came crashing down. And then on the opposite side,
Still
the
up.
Patriots, they bring in Braves, Stephon Diggs, Drake May. Look good near the end of last year. Their win total's at 8.5. I don't buy that they're going to give the Bills trouble at the end of the season. I think the Bills are still going to be able to coast, rest some starters in week 18. But I do think the Patriots will be a fun wild card team. I think they'll be right up there. Maybe a game or 2 out with a few weeks left, and then see how it plays. If they can stay healthy, if Drake can find Stephon all year, I don't know. It's just a fun team, and with Braves being back, that should be fun. I think it might take them another year though. But again, I don't think that they're gonna give the Bills any trouble.
Yeah, I think they're one more year out of being like an actual playoff team. I would take
I
their
think they're a
under.
wild card team.
I'd take
this
their
year.
under.
Their front 7 is interesting. They brought in Harold Landry. They brought in Milton Williams. They brought
Christian
in,
Barrymore coming back from cancer.
yeah, they brought in Robert Spillane. Like they brought in some interesting names.
Dude,
Look-
Bobby Spillane's a dog.
Dude, he
I don't
killed
want to
it.
hear
They
it.
killed
he
it
gave
last
me
few
the look
years at the
after you
Raiders.
mentioned the cancer thing.
Oh.
Like I just don't. The way you said that sounded like he was coming back from like 2 broken legs.
They brought in
a
Carlton
little
Davis
too
too.
casual for you.
Carlton Davis is an interesting guy. Stephon Diggs, like they brought
The
in
dog.
interesting
and then they
guys.
have the best cornerback in the league.
One of. Oh, I didn't realize they traded for Pat Surtain.
And then finally, the Bills.
And Josh Dobbs. They brought in Josh Dobbs.
Favorite of the division, obviously 11.5 win total. It's kind of a now or never for Sean. I think he's got to at least get to the AFC Championship, maybe even the Super Bowl. I mean, he needs to prove it this year. I think we had the argument a little bit ago, like a few weeks ago about the Bills, and I was on the side of Sean McDermott and being like, you're playing in the Patriots dynasty. I think you guys made the points of, yeah, but other teams still had to do it during the Patriots dynasty and did.
Ravens, Steelers, Colts, Broncos.
I still don't think it's technically fair, but at the same time, like, it's now or never. Josh Allen is in his prime, and you got to capitalize now. The Patriots are going to be good if Riggs proves that he can do it again. They're going to be good for years to come. So you got to capitalize now. When your division's down, like, they should be coasting through this year. They should get to 13, 14 wins.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll slip up along the way. But this is a prove it year for Sean.
Now, haven't they, the Bills and the Ravens, both been now or never for like the last couple years?
And that's my point, is like,
so like, is it never?
Josh Allen has a few more years. I think it's, for Sean it is.
Oh, okay.
Not for the Bills necessarily, and I think they'll be fine for the next year or two in that division.
Who has a longer career, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Josh Allen.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just curious what you guys' thoughts were. I knew that was the answer, but I'm curious what you guys were going to say. Same exact year. You want to talk about a team that did some offseason moves? They extended Josh Allen, 2 years left on his deal, I think. Still gave him a new 6-year deal. They brought in Josh Palmer. I really like that one personally. Khalil Shakir, the money that they got him for is amazing. They brought in Joey Bosa, which nobody's really been talking about a whole lot.
Yeah, because he's going to get hurt. He already is hurt.
Extended Greg Rousseau, brought in Larry Ogunjobi, signed Dane Jackson, Christian Benford. They brought back Tre'Davious White, DeMar Hamlin signed a 1-year, $2 million deal. They made some offseason.
His career was resurrected.
Yeah.
He was resurrected.
There you go. But yeah, they've been making moves. I mean, they should still be a top 3 favorite in the AFC.
Bold prediction preview: Keon Coleman breakout season.
What's that mean? Like, what's his
1,200 yards at least.
See, I think Khalil Shakir is going to get that.
You're just too high on the slot guy.
I don't know, man.
He's a slot merchant. He doesn't do anything else.
He's the first look on every play, man. It's
Keon
not Dalton
Coleman.
Kincaid. It's not Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman's
it's
the
Khalil
look.
Shakir, dude.
Keon Coleman is the look.
Didn't he get locked up by Tariq Woolen except for one play?
He's a rookie. And Tariq Woolen's a monster. Dude's like 6'4" and runs everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you expect the guy to do?
Win.
Win.
Nothing too exciting with the AFC. So NFC East, I think, is like kind of a similar build, honestly. Like, so you have
Really?
Sorta. You got the bottom feeder in New York, right? You got the Giants. The Giants are looking obviously a better trajectory than.
What's their win total for the year?
5.5.
3.
Under.
I put them. I
Easy.
wrote down fun, not good. Like,
Sure.
similar to what you said about the Titans. They have some weapons that will be fun. Yeah, they got a fun quarterback room that is DeVito-less now. But we'll see what Jackson can do.
He got cut.
When Russell gets benched eventually. But I think Russell will be all right. It's just like if they start 0-3 just because their team sucks, I think fans are going to get impatient, and then it will go off to Jameis or right to Jackson or eventually Jackson. But 5.5 win total, probably be around that, obviously. But I don't know. They could be a fun team. They could give us some exciting games, I think. Cowboys, 8.5 win total. I think this is a year where all the talk the past couple of years is Jay Jettis and Jamar Chase. Like, I think CD is in that next tier, but if he has a breakout season, which a lot of people think he will, with Dak.
Define breakout. Because, he already had, like, a 1,700-yard season.
All right, breakout's bad. The best, if he...
CD had 1,700?
Yeah.
When was that, 2 seasons ago?
He was number 1 in fantasy.
He had like 130 catches.
Breakout's a bad word because he is the third best receiver. I mean, like, he has the best season of any receiver. If he outdoes Jamar and Jay Jettis, like...
Triple Crown?
Nah.
But that's what I'm saying.
A chance at Triple Crown?
Yeah. And I think that's what he needs to do to be able to get into that top tier conversation, because right now I feel like he's almost in a tier on his own. Like it is those top two are talked about, but not many people are arguing for a different third guy than
A.J. Brown.
CD.
No.
Yeah, I mean they're in the
A.J.
same
Brown's
tier, but
not
I'd
the
still
third best receiver.
no. But he has he's in the conversation.
They don't scheme him open. He's just open. He plays the X, and that's it.
You guys just
They don't put him in
glaze
the slot.
A.J.
They don't put him
Brown.
at the Y, the Z.
I think
They put him at the
80%
X
of
and he
people are
beats the
saying
guy
CD
across
is the
from him.
third receiver at least.
I'm an AJ Brown guy. I like CD. Don't get me wrong. Like I think it's closer than the way he's making it out.
Yeah,
I would
agree.
probably
I
still
shouldn't
put
have said
CD
he's
at
in a
3,
tier on his
but like
own.
I would put 3B.
Yeah, they're in
would
the
be
same
AJ
tier
Brown.
for
Like,
sure.
Yeah, they're the same to me.
Yeah. Pickens, it'll be fun watching him crash out. And I do have the under on their win total actually.
The
I don't
Cowboys?
Think, I don't
they're,
think they're
they're
there
at
yet.
least a 9-18.
I
You
don't
think
know.
they'll be 9-8?
So this is another thing I was looking at. I was looking at their seasons over the past few years. Do you think they have a right to be as maybe because we're in Pennsylvania, we hear more about Steelers fans, but do you think they have that right to be in the conversation with Pittsburgh of like
Toxic fan base.
no
That's crazy.
He's not wrong.
we're
But the only difference between Browns fans and Steelers.
We're not
good,
toxic.
but-
We're
good, but we
Oh,
don't
delusional.
we're good, but we don't win playoff games, and we're not bad, so we don't get those top picks.
Mm.
Like, are they? I feel like it's not talked. Like the Steelers,
I don't
that's
think
all
it's.
that's talked about.
I don't think that it's as. I would say the Steelers are worse off in that area
Because the
what-
Cowboys have some
because-
12-5 seasons.
yeah, they have some higher end regular season, but also like they've won.
But doesn't
a
that make for the
playoff
worst?
game.
crap-
The
a-
Steelers
a
have been more
lower
successful in the
crash out?
playoffs recently than
Yeah. It's been 35 years.
It's
since
not
they-
by
doesn't make it
the
worse when they
Cowboys'
are, like,
last good
12
run
and
was
5 and then they-
2014 with the Dez caught it, where they made it to the divisional, should have
Yeah.
made it to the championship.
All the rest have been first round exits,
They had a
Including when-
divisional a few years
including
ago.
when they went 13-3 in Dak's
against the
rookie
Niners.
season.
It was Zeke's final game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like what 13.
I just feel like
Dak's
they've
rookie
gotten
season lost
there
in the
more
first game.
often.
Is that like that? Was that the clock issue, where they like totally mismanaged? the
Yeah,
end of the
yeah.
game? So I don't know. It's just a thought.
Where he hiked it and ran a quarterback draw.
We all hear about the Steelers, and I think it's just because we're around Steelers fans more. But I don't think it's talked about enough how they're kind of in that purgatory as well.
Well, I think it's because their division's a lot more open, or had been more open to where like even on a worse year, it's like they can still win that division.
It was like a 2-decade stretch where there was a different winner each and every year. Like all
Yeah.
4 teams had a division win. And
But like
So the Giants
in
won
the
that
AFC
one year
North,
as well.
as of late, like it's really been the Ravens and the Bengals for a couple years, but it's really been the Ravens since like 2020. 2019.
Having success or winning the division?
Like winning the division. It's been the Ravens and like the Bengals 2 years, but it's
What
mainly
was that
been
year that the Steelers went 11-0 and then ended up 12-4?
2020 was
and they
the
won the
COVID
division
year.
that year.
Then what happened?
What? Y'all won the division.
Yeah, what happened?
2020?
Yeah,
It was the COVID
What
year.
happened that
Yeah.
playoff?
It was the Baker
happened?
No, y'all won
We
11
lost
and
to the
5. I
Rams.
thought.
We
No,
won
we-
again because remember
went 1
Cleveland
and
came
4.
to Pittsburgh in the wild card.
Yeah, I remember that.
We
So
won
if
1
you
and
host
4.
a playoff game and
Oh yeah.
We went 11-0 and then 1-4.
Oh, was that the year Lamar was hurt?
Yes, I believe so.
that makes
yeah,
sense.
Tyler Huntley played.
Trace McSorley got some time.
Oh well, the Steelers still
on
beat
them.
Lamar both times. So.
And where to-
Commanders, all 9.5 win total. It's literally just Jaden sophomore year. What's gonna happen? They're good with Terry now. I don't think anybody ever thought that was like actually gonna play into the season. No, this happens like every single year with a couple guys. But it's just, does Jaden do the Stroud of last year? Does some of his weapons get hurt? Does he regress a little bit? Are they more of a 9-8 team than an 11-17 or 11-6 team? And I see the Commanders very similarly as I see the Patriots this year. In that, I think the Commanders are in a level above, but I see it as I don't think they're there to challenge the Eagles this year. But I do think that they are in that wild card. They'll be in that wild card discussion in the past few weeks.
Yeah, one thing I'll be interested to see with them is can Jaden Daniels, with them bolstering that offensive line, like can he stay in the pocket more? Because like he did great last year when he was scrambling, but like when they bolster that offensive line, can he feel comfortable in the pocket and not have to break the pocket every
And he
single
took
time?
way too many hits.
Yeah.
Everything that could have gone right for them went right last year. They had the most one-score wins in the league. Probably
I mean,
not going to repeat that. And then you're relying on 30-plus-year-old
Tyreek
veterans.
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Tyreek Stevenson.
I don't think they're going to be in as many one-score games.
They also added Von Miller, Dietrich Wise, Cleveland Farrell, like
Bobby
they
Wags
added some
coming
guys
back.
to the edge, yeah. So like they have Javon Kinlaw, Sheldon Day, like they added some names.
Sheldon Day, come on,
And-
Jersey. That's the second time.
And I think that Jaden Daniels, and he showed it this last year, he's not someone that relies on talent around him. He makes that talent better. He made guys look better than what they were. And I think that with that trade as a quarterback, you inflate your ceiling of what your team can be.
I mean, who do you think specifically he made look better than they are?
Who was their was it Zacchaeus that was there?
Olamide Zacchaeus.
Yeah, Zacchaeus was like looking like an all pro, not
He's
all
looked
pro,
good with the
obviously, but he
Bears
was looking
from what
pretty
I
good.
hear.
And then who was the other guy that was there?
Noah Brown.
Yeah, Noah Brown.
Luke McCaffrey's there, Zach Ertz. I mean,
Yeah, but
we're talking about pass
yeah,
catchers,
specifically Noah Brown and Zacchaeus, and then obviously like Zach Ertz played really well
Mm.
for being how old he is, like in
Yeah.
that system. Now I don't think it's like anything crazy, but like
Mhm.
he's a solid veteran tight end.
but, yeah.
And then Eagles 11.5 win total. Can Saquon hold up? It kind of sucks looking at their depth chart. It's like outside of their first round pick and Jahad Campbell, they didn't really. It's the same team as last year, which like Howie Roseman's the GOAT, and they won the Super Bowl. But you still like it'd be cool to see them improve and or at least go out and get somebody. But I understand it's not a Madden season. So
Who'd they
not
draft?
many additions. Jahad Campbell.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So they have a new linebacker, but like outside of that, it's pretty flat. Their team from last year.
They added some interesting names in free agency too. They added AJ Dillon, Terrence Marshall. Again, it's like, what's he really going to do?
Yeah,
But
a lot
maybe
of
with
depth
Johnny
guys.
Wilson. Maybe with
Harrison
Johnny Wilson. Harrison Bryant's an interesting one. They obviously extended Lane Johnson, Brennan Kenyon Green for whatever that's worth.
Zach Bond.
Cam Jorgensen extension, Zach Bond, Adoree Jackson. So like, I mean, they brought in some interesting again
It's more depth guys
names.
than, like,
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. And
Mhm.
again, you win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying you have to improve by a ton, but there's just not much changeover from last year or improvement other
Yeah.
than just guys with experience.
Yeah, and I think that would be bad, except for the fact that they didn't really lose anyone. So
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
other than what, Darius Slay? Was he with them last year
Darius
still?
Slay, Mekhi Becton,
Milton Williams.
Sam Williams,
They could have
Josh
some trouble
Sweat.
at guard if their injury
Dude,
issues
I
continue
love that
too.
signing for the Cardinals still.
Yeah, so like I don't know. I think that their roster's still just really good.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
they're gonna be able to do whatever they want. They're multi-dimensional on both sides of the ball, which is just like makes you so hard to beat.
Maybe not good enough to bet 17-0 preseason this year, but
They
we got to decide who it's going to be this year.
17-0
Yeah, we picked the Super Bowl
He's
winner
gonna say
last
that.
year.
He's gonna
sorta.
say the Bears.
Chiefs.
Mm.
Travis Kelsey, dude, he's playing the wedding.
Out of all of the
Biggest
teams to
team.
go 17-0, I would agree it's the Chiefs. I don't think it's likely.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't-
not really
Isaiah.
anybody that like.
I'd feel best about the Chiefs though.
And
If you want to pick a team outside of the Chiefs,
Saints.
Yeah, maybe we do
Sneaky-
Saints 0-17
Saints.
instead.
sneaky team, the Niners.
There's just no team
They don't
that's
have
like.
receivers. Dude.
There's no team that I think will
Saints
go 17-0, but I'm
0-17.
saying, but like imagine
Saints
imagine-
is a decent bet.
imagine C-Mac stays healthy
I'll
the
check
whole
the
year and
odds.
rushes for
They're gonna win week 1.
1,900 yards. And
Just like the
it's
Eagles
crazy.
screwed us in week 1.
What do you think the
Maybe
better
two.
odds are? The better
Chiefs-
payout is
Chiefs
last year
17-0.
Eagles 17-0 or this year Saints
17-0 is the
Saints.
harder payout, just because most teams are gonna rest everybody.
Who all put money on it last year? Was it just us four, or were there more of us?
Hunter was there. His when we did the season.
We did like $20 each,
Yeah.
I think we ended up doing 100.
and they almost lost week 1 to the
Yeah.
Packers.
All right. Well, while we're looking
Packers
that
are
up,
frauds.
we'll slide over into the North teams. So I'm going to start with the NFC North. We'll start with the first one that popped up there when I pulled it up, the Chicago Bears. I know there's some interesting back and forth. Naples and I actually have a wager between the two of us. I won't put out how much money is on there, but if the Bears are either third or fourth in the division, I win. If they're first or
You
second,
won't
he
put
wins.
how much money's out. Who cares?
We'll leave it up for
Is it that
speculation.
much?
We'll leave it up for speculation.
It's decent.
Oh my god.
It's not 100. Let's put it that way. It's not $100, but like, so I'm not as high on the Bears personally. Obviously, as you can see with them going third or fourth in the division. I was actually just talking with Hunter today about this. Our buddy Hunter. I feel like there are a lot of mouths to feed on that offense this offseason. And, like, yeah, there's a lot of mouths to feed on a lot of different places. But, like, you look at the mouths that they have to feed in Chicago. DJ Moore walked off the field when they were playing poorly last year in the middle of a play, which I love DJ Moore, don't get me wrong. Then you look at Luther Burden. Luther Burden has maybe been the loudest rookie this offseason, right? Then you look at Rome Odunze. Last season, there was stuff on social media where it's like somebody tweeted out that like he would have 1,200 receiving yards on any other NFC North team, and his dad retweeted and said 1,400. Like, there's just, then you look at like Colston Love, and like, I don't know him as a person, and I don't know if he's a diva or not, but like, he's gonna want the ball. And then you look at Cole Kmet, now he's the odd guy out. It's like there's so many mouths to feed there. I feel like the drama's gonna bubble over real quick in Chicago, and I think there's gonna be a lot of eyes on them.
Ben Johnson could do it in Detroit.
Yeah,
Can do it in
and listen,
Chicago.
I like Ben
Coordinator.
Johnson. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
they don't have an Amon Ra there. They don't have a Sam Laporta there. Like with the, I feel like there is a lot of divas. Is what I'm getting at.
I can
think
see
in
it being
Chicago.
week 6, and we're talking about the let coordinators be coordinators conversation with the Bears.
I don't
No.
think that anyone on that team is like a big diva, other than you could if DJ Moore is, but like none of the other.
I'm
players
so high
have.
on the Bears.
See, I'm not.
I'm very
Yeah,
high on the
just-
Bears. Go bear down.
Challenge Lions high.
Yeah,
What do you mean
Yeah.
by challenge? Like beat
They
them?
could
heavy?
win.
Be
They
within
could-
one
they could
game
win the
of,
division.
Like legit be week 17, and they have a chance to win the division.
Yes.
with 2
Probably
games
not, but I do see I see a future where the Bears could win the division. I don't
Yes.
think I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I wouldn't bet on it, but I wouldn't be surprised either. I think that they're going to be a team
Yeah.
trending in the right direction.
Caleb has a great year too. Plenty of mouths to feed's only bad for fantasy. Plenty of mouths to feed in the NFL is great. Means you have plenty
Unless
of
you
people to
got
throw
diva-
to.
Unless you got character issues.
But
This
you
ain't
could
this
say
ain't
the
the,
same
this ain't the
thing about
Steelers
the
wide.
line.
This
Like,
ain't the Steelers wide receiver
it's so
room.
subjective. That's why
This
what
ain't-
Ben
this ain't
Johnson
divas
did
around
last
here.
year was masterclass.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me Jamison Williams doesn't have character issues?
No, he definitely
Really?
does.
Well,
Name another one though.
we don't know
Their
because
entire team.
Ben Johnson was able to rally all of
Yeah,
them.
he was able to contain
Maybe.
them.
Yeah, then that could. I mean,
Like-
that's a fair point. If that's the case, then that's great. I think that they made some great moves on their offensive line. Obviously, it's a
Yup.
completely different offensive line than it
Yup.
was last year. I don't think they did a whole lot on the defensive side other than add Grady Jarrett.
I agree. I want
Which-
them to get an edge
great
rusher
move.
so bad.
Yeah,
It's-
like I get
Beanie
Grady
Bishop,
Grady
bring him
Jarrett's still a good player in my opinion. He might not be the same level that he was during their Super Bowl run, but Grady Jarrett's still a very valuable defensive tackle.
Solid.
Looking at the division specifically for like win totals last year, obviously this isn't telling anybody anything new. Like you got the Lions at 15-2, the Vikings at 14-3, the Packers at 11-6, the Bears at 5-12. The Bears and the Packers both on 1-5 in their division. This is the right now, based on like rosters and like win totals and things like that, probably the best division in football. Right? And I think that that's a pretty common sentiment throughout last year. So I think it's going to be hard for the Bears to do what everybody expects from them. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. So moving on to the next one, they're the Lions. I think that the Lions are, I mean, the only thing that they're doing is getting back players that were injured from last year. Like their defense was decimated last year. They still went 15-2. Like yes, they lost an offensive and a defensive coordinator who were both really good.
and
but-
Frank Ragnow.
Yeah, that's a big one. I mean, I don't remember what their. I saw some statistic of their wins versus when he played versus when they didn't. And like, it wasn't to the level of like T.J. Watt's play versus don't play, but like it was significant. They cut their whatever. They cut their swing tackle, Dan Skipper. That just happened today, so that's why it was popped into my head there. But like looking through what they did, like they added Levi Onwuzurike. It's like one of the biggest names on there. Zach Cunningham, maybe
They
Avonte
also
Maddox.
lost Kevin Zeitler.
Yeah, so like there's some interesting things that they did, but I am interested to see with them with like getting Hutch back and like getting some of their D tackles back. Lee, was it Onwuzurike that Dan Campbell was just talking about in one of his pressers?
I'm not
something
sure. I just
recently?
saw him talking about Hooker.
Yeah, getting like a D tackle back that was really good. They signed Marcus Davenport, re-signed Marcus Davenport. But all in all, I think that there's maybe they're
DJ
not going to
Reed.
be. What's that?
DJ Reed.
DJ Reed, yeah. Maybe they're not going to be the number one in their division, but I wouldn't expect them to have a huge fall off. Like, you know, if we do think that maybe the Vikings or the Packers make a surge for that one spot, or maybe the Bears make a surge for the one spot, I think that the Detroit Lions are at worst the second team in the division.
I agree.
Packers. Packers, again, didn't do a whole lot this offseason. They actually just cut Isaiah Simmons after signing him to a 1-year deal.
I love Isaiah Simmons.
He's a Madden user, dude. Like
That's why he loves him.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, other than that, they didn't do a whole lot other than sign Brandon McManus to a 3-year deal. They extended Zach Tom. Like their team is very similar to where it was last year. I think that they have the opposite issue that a lot of the teams do. What we just talked about with the Bears, where like they have a lot of wide receiver twos. I think Matthew Golden can be an X factor for them. But I'm interested to see what they do with. Are they going to try to trade somebody? Are they going to try to get somebody who's that number one? They need an edge rusher. They were in the Micah Parsons sweepstakes leading up to this point. Who knows what's going to happen
Is
there?
Matthew Golden one of like the more decisive receivers in the league? Like I hear some people.
Decisive.
Sorry, not decisive.
He ran a
What's
14.
Divisive.
Yeah, is that the word?
Divisive. Like people are.
Yeah,
on a hold on
divisive.
him.
Thanks.
I think that there's mixed reviews on him. To be
Like some
honest
people
with
are
you. I
like,
mean,
dude, this dude's gonna be a
Yeah.
top 5 receiver in no time, and some people are like, he's a wide receiver too. I'm not saying you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I haven't heard any Packers fans say anything negative just because they're so happy they drafted a skill player in the
Mhm.
first round.
From what I understand, I mean, he's blazing fast. Obviously, he ran a 4.29. I think they might have corrected it to 4.28. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think Harrison ran a 4.28. So he's blazing fast. His route running is decent. His hands are good, but like he's not really a catch outside the frame of your body type of player. So like he's very much, I wouldn't say a one trick pony, but like he's got a lot of development to do. I think in order to become
So
like
would
an
you
upper
say you're somewhere in the
receiver.
middle?
He's probably has the highest ceiling of all the receivers on their team. He's probably somewhere around Jaden Reed right now, if I had to guess, like with his trajectory. But they told Jaden Reed apparently that he's still the number one receiver on the team. So who knows what that means? But I think they'll be interesting because like they do still have a good running back. I think the ball still is gonna end up going through Josh Jacobs there on the offensive side of the ball. And on the defense, like I said, their defense is decent with like good names and like young players. They need an edge rusher. Like they can't keep missing on it. And like Lucas Van Ness, that's what I'm saying. Like Rashawn Gary, like they need a dominant edge rusher, and they can't nail it. They can't nail it in the draft.
I saw a
So,
Packers fan tweet, and it was like Clay Matthews and Aaron Rodgers, and then it was a Photoshop of Jordan Love and Michael Parsons.
They somehow
Maybe.
traded for Micah Parsons. Yeah, that'd be great for them, except for their quarterback's a bum. So
Steelers give him Alex Highsmith for Jaden Reed in the third. All right. Anyway, moving on to the
Sure.
Vikings. So on the Vikings, they obviously re-signed Aaron Jones. On the offensive side of the ball, the biggest question mark is J.J. McCarthy. Can he do what he needs to do? Can he get the ball there? A lot of mixed reviews on J.J. McCarthy, it seems like. Personally, I think his ceiling is still much higher than Sam Darnold's, and Sam Darnold had a great year there last year. So I think that with KOC being the quarterback whisperer, I don't think there's any reason to believe that they're not going to have 10 wins again this season, is my opinion on that. So I know there's, again, mixed reviews. I'm getting some looks even saying that right now, but like I'm still in somewhat on the Vikings. They still have one of the best D coordinators in the league.
They got more
with Brian
physical.
Flores. Yeah, they got more physical. They brought in Jordan Mason, which I know you're really high on Jordan Mason. Rondell Moore, imagine that, sign him and then get on IR, just like every
fun.
single time he's ever played this season. Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Andrew Van Ginkel, Byron Murphy, Jeff Okuda.
Dude,
I had to throw the one
I
name in
love
there
him
at the end.
so much.
Yeah, you know what? He's the best out of all the
So
guys.
much.
Out of the three, just like extra little cherries on top that you've had, he's the most
Will
relevant.
he start?
Yeah. No, they have Byron Murphy and
He'll make the team though.
who's their CB2?
Jeff Okuda.
No. They have Isaiah Rogers, but
He's an Ohio State legend.
Isaiah
Javier
Rodgers more
Thomas.
than Nichols.
Javier Thomas.
So good.
Sounds like their secondary's chopped. So
Dude,
Bring back Stephon Gilmore.
Third
There you go.
overall pick, right? Okuda? 4th?
it was
Third,
high. It was
third.
top 5.
I think it was
top
4
5.
to the Lions, right?
I think it was
Or-
3.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that the Vikings could still be good this year because I think that KOC is definitely one of the X factors there. And I think quarterbacks feel comfortable with him, and they
It's the Vikings win total.
I
Tell
don't
me.
know, but you can't bet on the Saints. The best you can get is under 1.5 for plus a foul.
really?
You can't get 0.
I'll take.
You could get a
1.5.
team to
Mhm.
have 0 wins at plus 900, but
All right. While you're looking that up, I'll go to the AFC North real quick. So Baltimore Ravens, not much that needs to be said about them. They're still a really good team. They brought in Jair Alexander. They brought back Derrick Henry. They signed a 2-year, $30 million deal. They brought in D-Hop. So like that, I think they're going to be, they're going to be the Ravens. So Cincinnati Bengals. Big X factor with that is your defense sucks. Like you did end up getting Trey Hendrickson, which is great because he's your one.
Too late.
Yeah, he's your one defensive player right now. But guess what? He's hitting free agency next year. What are you gonna do after that? Like
Draft another guy.
yeah, but like you're gonna have to.
How'd that work with drafting Dax Hill and replacing Jesse Bates?
You're gonna have to win. You're gonna have to put up 42 points a game to win this
And
year.
they can.
Like, and they're gonna but they're gonna lose some of those games.
Yeah.
Like it's very much giving. I hate that I said that, but it's very much like Mahomes early in his career. It's giving Mahomes early in his career when they had to score 50 points against the Rams just to lose the game.
You know what the difference was? Pat Mahomes had Andy Reid at the beginning of his career. Joe Burrow has Zach Taylor.
I agree. Listen,
Give
I'm
Nick
not,
Saban and Bill Belichick a call after this year, please.
look, I'm not hating on anything on their offense really outside of their line. I still don't think their line is all it's hyped up to be. I still think their tackles are very suspect. I mean, they brought in Lucas Patrick and Cody Ford on the inside, but like, I don't know, man. They'll be very interesting this year because again, it's very indicative of how their defense plays, which I don't think their defense can do well. They could very well end up at 9-8 this season, even if Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have another Offensive Player of the Year MVP season. Looking at the Browns, I mean, I don't think that they're looking to win a whole lot this year. I know you've touched on that too, as the resident Brown fan. They're not maybe in as much of a tank mode as Saints.
He's a fan.
He literally said that earlier. He was like, "Oh, Browns fan."
I'm a Browns Penn State
Realistic.
fan. Like you're an Ohio State Browns fan, but like flip it.
That's not true though.
You just said you don't want Ohio State to win Week 1.
I don't
For
want
the Browns.
I don't want them to embarrass Arch.
You're rooting for Texas.
I'm rooting for Arch. There's a difference.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I would root for a Penn State guy over the Browns, and you're rooting for a maybe former Brown or future Browns guy over Ohio State, which is fair. I get it.
Yeah, but I still want Ohio State to win the Natty.
And I still want the Browns to win the Super Bowl.
No, you don't. You're a hater.
All right. Anyway, so real quick, looking through their offseason things that they did. The best thing that they did this offseason would probably cut Deontay Johnson. If I'm being completely honest, they brought back in Joe Flacco, traded Kenny Pickett, but cutting Deontay Johnson might be the best thing that they did.
Perfect timing.
Oh, perfect timing. Whatever. They signed Joe Tryon-Shoyinka and Jerome Baker.
Former first-round pick by the Buccaneers, by the way.
Devin Bush. I mean, if we're being honest, the biggest thing that they did this offseason was
Can we talk about their early second-round draft pick not signing a rookie contract?
Hey,
That's unheard of.
Whoa. He's not a thug.
You said that aggressively.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Ohio State has great
bit-
character guys.
You said that
Ryan
with a little Southern
Shazier,
drawl.
He's from Ole Miss.
Terrell Pryor.
Listen,
He's from Ole Miss.
right now, the Browns' initial 53-man roster that they put out only had 2 running backs, and we waived Pierre Strong. What that tells me is Quinshon Judkins is primed to sign.
It doesn't matter. That's hilarious. It's September.
Yeah, all the charges got dropped against. What do you mean out of prison? He's got no active case.
Imagine that. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
It is
Tell him bust
September.
down on that AP.
It is September and a top 40 draft pick has not signed a contract. That is
Cool.
unheard
He's
of.
a running
Well, it's
back.
because he wants his guaranteed money like everybody
actually-
else, but he's already in trouble. They're not going to give him all the guaranteed
Yeah,
money.
exactly. So
He
that's
deserves
part
a
of
fully
it.
guaranteed contract
It's
based on where he's
still
drafted. They're
ridiculous.
not giving him a
Hey,
fully
Look at his
guaranteed
first
contract.
picture when he on
His
Spotty.
mugshot is
Bro,
crazy.
that's a very
It's not
dapper
bad.
gentleman right there.
He's a good
Again,
looking dude.
just to finish the Browns.
Upstanding
I don't
citizen.
think I don't think there is as much tank mode as the Saints, but they are looking to get a quarterback next year.
Yeah,
Those are 2 teams that are absolutely looking to get a quarterback in the next
sure.
draft. Moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, a lot of mixed reviews on this one.
they
I'm
suck.
obviously a Steelers fan, so I'm a little higher probably than most people are.
8-1.
Listen, their floor is 9-8.
That's
just the way it is.
Force
Okay?
8-1.
I'm of the opinion that they're.
I agree. The floor is
It's not
8-1.
It's not a losing
It's not
season.
8-1.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
losing
If
season.
that's such a Mike Tomlin
Who
thing
is
for
that?
them to go.
Bro, you guys
I don't
will
know.
tie the Raiders
Time.
because that's a
You
team
don't
that you
play the
always...
Raiders this season.
Well, someone like the Raiders. Who do you play?
We play the whole NFC North.
The floor is 8-8.
Tie against the Vikings.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's likely, but that's the floor.
Isaiah.
Yeah. Again, if we're talking ceiling means everything goes right. They're a 12-win team. That's the opinion that I'm of. Is 12-5 is not unrealistic for a team.
Well,
Okay,
If the
let's
defense
say,
lives up to the
everything
hype
goes
and
right,
Aaron Rodgers
it
stays
won't.
healthy,
You guys brought in
but
Juan
it's the
Thornhill.
ceiling. We're not saying
Defensive
it's likely.
liability.
let me ask you a question, okay? So,
Okay.
What if
Wide,
DK
wide,
has,
rece-
like, a
wide
top
receiver
three
one in
receiver?
Pittsburgh is DK Metcalf.
Yeah, it's
Since
great.
he was drafted in
Sure.
2019, what number is so like total receiving touchdowns since 2019? Where does he fall on that list?
All right, he's probably got 10 to 12 a year.
No way, lower than that. That's a lot.
No, but he has 10 to 12 a year.
That's a lot.
DK receiving touchdowns?
3.
You're asking.
It's
Wait, so are
six.
you? So you
Only
are?
behind Mike Evans and he's above Justin Jefferson, like again, who was drafted in 2020. But like,
That's not bad.
yeah, it's like you look at the dude is an actual legit number one receiver.
Yeah,
and like
he's good.
Say what you want about George Pickens. George Pickens was talented. George Pickens never proved that he was a number one receiver.
How many teams with true number one receivers are going to go negative and miss the playoffs?
Depends on what you define as true number one receiver.
It's
I
quite
mean,
a
do
few.
the Bears have their Bears are gonna miss the playoffs?
Vikings
Are they?
according to
Yeah.
him.
Do they have a true
All
number
right.
one receiver?
So the AFC and the NFC
One,
West.
one last thought with that. Steelers are gonna run the football.
Not
Till
well.
they can't
Caleb
anymore.
Johnson sucks.
They're
Caleb
gonna- they're gonna
Johnson's
run the
fat
sugar.
and he's Eddie Lacy.
Okay,
No, he's not.
You're gonna run the ball down in
It's
the
not
red zone.
crazy.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna pass for a
Here he
touchdown.
comes, defending
Aaron
the
Rodgers is gonna
Steelers.
have under 2,500 passing yards, but over 35 passing touchdowns. Boom.
You just said he's not as fat as Eddie.
Here
Lacy.
comes Pittsburgh Peepaw over here.
All right. AFC West, it's going to be a very competitive division. They have probably the most competent quarterback coach duo that they've had at least since John Gruden and Derek Carr, maybe longer. Granted, are they still probably most likely they are going to finish last? Yes, but they're going to be competitive. They're going to at least pull off one upset. They're going to play spoiler a lot this year. Hopefully, Pete Carroll can fix the culture.
Ooh.
I gotta run.
What?
All right, brother.
What's
Take
up,
care.
man?
What was with the
Wait, so you think the Raiders are the last team in that division?
Yeah.
You gotta talk about how the Broncos are finishing last in that division.
All right, we'll get to the
They're
Broncos.
like, I think they're 9.5 win total.
The
Actually.
Broncos.
Hammer the under.
People
The
are way
Broncos-
too high
the
on
Broncos
Broncos
are
this season.
People are way
very-
too high on the Broncos.
They might have the best defense, and
That's not true.
they might. Yeah.
9.5 is
They
pretty
don't
good.
have an elite edge rusher. Nick Pino have one good season.
And they
Let's
can't
pump
stop.
the
And
brakes.
they can't stop the run.
That's true.
The Eagles didn't have an elite edge rusher either. Nick Benito last year was way better than
Nolan
Sweat
Smith?
was.
Nolan Smith.
Last year,
Jalen Carter.
Nolan Smith had 3 sacks, and
Jordan
Jalen
Davis?
Carter, they're inside. They're not edge rushers.
Sacked by committee.
Hassan Reddick.
Well, he was a Jet last year, so no.
Well,
That was the joke.
Yeah, okay. The Broncos, I am high on them. I agree that they are a little bit too much for my liking. I think the Chargers are always going to be a hard out when you have a legendary coach like Jim
I
Harbaugh.
agree.
And then the Chiefs are the Chiefs. Is this the most competitive division that they've ever been a part of in the Patrick Mahomes era?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, without a question. With that said, I don't know if I can.
15 to 2.
I don't know if I can still bet against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think that Travis Kelce's
To
coming
win
back
the division,
hungry.
you're saying?
Yeah, and like in the AFC, they're the 3rd best team on paper at best. On paper.
You mean it worse?
So you think that at worst they're third
yeah,
best?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
3rd
yeah.
best at worst.
I thought you were saying
Yeah,
at
sorry.
best might.
A lot of best and worst
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
sentence. But I love the Josh Simmons pick. I think that he should have been a top 5 pick. He's going to be a stud. I think he could
Dog.
be an all-pro this year. I don't know. The closer we get to the season, we're going to do Super Bowl predictions next week. Everything's going against the Chiefs, but I don't know. I just feel like this is what they crave. Everybody's actually counting them out. People in the media are actually picking them to not win the AFC West. They're taking the flyer on the Broncos. They're relying on Jim Harbaugh. I don't know. I'm high on the Chiefs. That division's going to be crazy, though, no matter what. Like I said, Pete Carroll and the boys, they're not going to make the playoffs, but bottom to top, they could win any game, all 4 of those teams. In the NFC, I've said this for a while now, and one of you agrees with me, the other disagrees, but the winner of this division is going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC, or at least has the front. I can't even yell at him because when he's dying, like it just doesn't. Whether that's the 49ers or the Rams, I think it's
Just keep going,
just
brother. Trucking through.
you just had to wait like 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. That's all you had to do. You want your mom?
Go outside.
Oh, well, he's fine.
He's got a piss.
No, he wants to see
Oh,
his mom.
language.
What's wrong with
He
that?
literally dropped an F-bomb earlier this episode.
He did?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember that, but
He
I
did
believe
early
it.
on.
He's done it before.
It was
but I-
warranted, probably.
But whoever stays healthier, the Rams or the Niners, they had Schrags on the Pat McAfee show, and he made a great point. Everybody is saying everybody's a sleeper team in the NFC West. Not all 4 teams can be good.
Yeah.
All 4 teams can be competitive, which I think is likely.
Isaiah.
The Cardinals have not been a very good team the last couple of years, but they've still been competitive
But they're
Yeah.
about
with
to.
everybody.
Especially in their division.
Yeah, on paper, that is not a talented team, but Jonathan Gannon, I'll give him credit. He had them almost at 500. The year before, he was having the team close to 500 mid-season with Joshua Dobbs. So, Seattle, I don't love the personnel moves. I don't love Sam Darnold without Kevin O'Connell. So, Seattle, I'm a little bit more bearish on. I like Mike McDonald, and I like some of the pieces. JSN's good, Devin Witherspoon's good, Reek Willen's good.
Do you think Milroe gets a shot at any point this season?
Depends how the team looks at.
I think he's getting packages, and I think
I can
Darnold's
see
going to
that.
be bad enough where that's going to open the door.
Mm.
Now, if I were them, I would say even if Darnold gets benched, you play Locke, because I think Drew Locke, it's not going to be too much of a drop off if Darnold is bad. And then I like the idea
Did he
of
go back there?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I saw that.
Yeah,
I see it.
they have one of the better QB
Interesting.
rooms on
Yeah.
paper with Darnold, Locke, and Milroe.
Because did he get traded to the Giants, or did he
He
go there
signed.
free?
He signed. Yeah. I believe he signed, but so the Rams, Matthew Stafford already getting banged up. That kind of concerns me, but I do kind of like the last hurrah kind of vibes. He's not going to be the quarterback in 2026. They're going to draft somebody and move forward. But the defensive line, I think all 4 of those guys could be Pro Bowl players, and Byron Young, Jared Verse, Kobe Turner, and Braden Fisk.
Yeah.
There's some intriguing pieces in the secondary too. Carnell Lake's son, Quentin Lake,
Mm.
is there. The offensive line is going to get better. Kyron Williams, he's not an explosive runner, but he is one of the more consistent runners in the league the last couple seasons.
Watch out for Blake Corum.
No,
Watch out.
Devontae?
yeah, I'll tell you. I've cooled off on the Devontae Adams hype just because Matthew Stafford scares me.
No, he's back fully healthy at practice.
Yeah. PKU.
And
Literally right after
anybody
our draft
with-
on Sunday, he
anybody-
went back to healthy.
Yeah, but anybody with back issues knows.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't go away. That's going to be there all season, and it's not even football necessarily. He could wake up in bed one morning and all of a sudden his back hurts again. Like it's
One
not,
bad night of sleep.
It's not even a football thing at that point.
Yeah.
Because as somebody with back issues at 22, which nothing like Matthew Stafford,
Yeah.
obviously, but that's not going away. That's going to nag at him for a long time. So, all right, we did it. AFC and NFC previews.
Yeah.
We've had a good summer. We've been adjustable. We have one more episode to go before the start of the regular season. Next week, we are going to do award predictions.
Ooh.
What?
We are going to do all 12 of our playoff teams.
Prop bets.
Yeah, we'll give you a little
Prop bets
segment for that.
Oh yeah.
So I'll send out a text too, but Super Bowl prediction, and then we're going to create our own playoff bracket. So seed the
Ooh.
teams and then do that. We'll all 4 of
We're
You-
not gonna agree.
Oh,
Or you
okay,
mean all four of
us
us different?
Yeah,
Oh,
all
okay.
of us. We'll have to go fast, but all of
Yeah.
us will be able to run through our own thing. I think it might just be us 3. Eli's gonna be out, I think, the next couple weeks. So unless Cooper
Tell Cooper to
can
be
get
out.
in here, it's gonna be us 3.
You know, Mondays are good for him.
Yeah,
Finally.
they're
Finally
good for everybody because there's a football game on.
Yeah.
So, I thought you were gonna say something about schools letting out on Monday or something. But
Maxwell Harrison out 4 to 6 weeks on IR.
they just cut Dane Jackson too, so they're thin at corner. Buffalo,
So
bring back Gilly Lock.
Rasul Douglas didn't officially sign with the Miami Dolphins yet, did he?
I'm pretty sure that's
It's gonna
set.
happen.
He's making enough money there where I don't think Buffalo would offer it.
All I'm going to say is Pittsburgh Steelers, please do not sign MVS. I know he got cut today and he has rapport with Aaron Rodgers. Please do not sign MVS.
Oh, I forgot with the Raiders. Jacoby Myers requesting a trade. The guy who Jacoby Myers replaced, Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow just got cut by the Panthers. I'm Vegas, I'm calling Hunter Renfrow up.
Bring him back.
They were interested in him earlier this year. and he chose
Amari
to go
Cooper
home.
and Hunter Renfrow, throw it back, baby.
Dude, throw it back, dude. And
Also-
DeAndre Thornton Jr.
Trey Harris? Trey Harris? Who's the little guy? Yeah,
Trey
Harris.
Tucker. Trey
Trey
Tucker.
Tucker,
Trey
thank you.
Harris
No,
is
but-
Chargers.
Jack
Yes.
Jack Bash.
Check. Is it Bash or Bat?
I've heard Besh. That's the one that I
But
heard.
DeAndre Thornton Jr. 6'5", 4'2".
And
Out of
Michael
Tennessee?
Mayer.
Hey, guess what?
Dude, you
Only-
know I love Michael Mayer.
Only
dude.
receivers
I
in
do
NFL
too, but I've
history.
given up on it. It's
Only
done.
receivers in NFL history to be 6'5" and run a 4'2" or 4'3".
Megatron and T.O.
Megatron, Randy, DeAndre Thornton Jr.
Randy was not 230.
No. Like a 4'2", 4'3".
Oh,
not weight, but
Oh,
40
okay.
time.
Okay. Yeah.
Martavis Bryant,
I don't know if he
he didn't run a 4.3.
did he run in the combine.
He might not, but he was that fast. Absolutely, he
solid.
was.
He was-
His 40 might not have looked it, but he was absolutely that fast.
He was sub 4.4.
So fast.
They have him at 4.42 in the scouting combine.
Yeah, see that? He must have run a bad 40.
A hand timed 4.27 though on
Mhm.
Instagram.
That's not surprising.
But
That
it-
sounds more like.
But it was on
realistically.
Instagram and it was hand timed. So
I mean, hey, you say Sean Tucker ran a 4.3, so
listen, Sean Tucker's so freaking good, and he proved it last year. So, all right, we'll see you guys next week. Football is here. Thank God.
Let's go.